new improved No Bull XMT.
Now this powerful formula has been improved to help you increase time under tension. Clinical studies have shown gains of up to 8 pounds of muscle in only 12 weeks.
No Bull XMT, the muscle building pre-workout.
If he had never lifted weights, he would still be called a hero. If he had never stepped back onto a stage, he'd still be known as the king. If he had never won that 8th Olympia title, he would still go down in bodybuilding history. And if he had never started his own supplement company, he'd be a living legend. But he wouldn't be Ronnie Coleman.
Welcome back to another edition of the Muscle Med's Daily Dose of Muscle, brought to you by Ronnie Coleman's Signature Series. I'm your host, Khatcherian, here with today's bodybuilding news. It's Tuesday, May 13, 2014, and on today's edition, the New York Pro official competitors list, predictions and updates, and as always, our daily trivia segment right here on the Daily Dose of Muscle. With this weekend's upcoming IFBB New York Pro, the official competitors list has been released, and with a few last-minute changes, we'll see an interesting turnout of competitors, with 16 in men's open bodybuilding, and even more in 212, totaling in 20. With almost 30 in men's physique, bikini, and figure, we'll see a relatively small lineup of 16 in women's physique. If you haven't heard already, one of the most obvious changes to the roster is last year's champ Big Ramy sitting this one out. Due to not being fully recovered from an illness in the offseason, Ramy's prep was pushed back, and unfortunately for New York crowd, will not be ready in time for the New York Pro. However, it seems to be a fortunate result for his competition, as we are now guaranteed to see a new champ crowned this year in New York. With the absence of Ramy, we will also see last-minute addition of Lionel Baek, who showed up looking his best in Brazil, but finished with an unfortunate placing. With the momentum gained, Lionel decided to jump into the New York Pro and try again against some of the greats, which includes 2 competitors he finished behind in Brazil, John De La Rosa and Juan Morel. Over in 212, we're expecting to see a totally different turnout this year, as last year's top 3 competitors are all sitting this one out, and last year's 4th place finisher Aaron Clark has made tremendous improvements since then, and looks to be the favorite heading into New York. With the addition of last year's 5th place finisher Marco Rivera and Guy Cistanino coming off a win in Dallas last week, we're going to see a battle in 212 for sure. In men's and women's physique, we have both of last year's champs returning with Sadiq Hazovic and Juliana Malakarni, both motivated to bring home another title in New York. As well as in bikini, Yashara Robles is back again to defend her title. And with the absence of last year's figure champ Candice Keene, we'll see a new champ in figure as well. It's time now for the Daily Trivia segment, brought to you by Bev Francis Powerhouse Gym, the East Coast Mecca. Now for the answer to yesterday's trivia question. The question was, name the bodybuilder shown here. Hint, he's known to be the first man to build 21-inch arms drug-free. And the answer? Leroy Colbert. Now for today's trivia question. Leroy Colbert had a very promising future in the sport of bodybuilding, but at only age 21 was forced into early retirement due to what unfortunate circumstance? Make sure to check back tomorrow for the answer. And that does it for another edition of the Muscle Med's Daily Dose of Muscle, brought to you by Ronnie Coleman's Signature Series. I'm your host, Khatcherian. See you tomorrow. And for all your bodybuilding news, updates, and entertainment, make sure to follow Natural Vitamin.